Hi guys, Shaz here, Courtney. We are here today to bring you a 30-minute energizing, uplifting, mood boosting practice. So if you are ready for it and you're up for the challenge, set aside 30 minutes. You'll need a block, maybe a towel because you might get a little bit sweaty.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that.
The legs are going to burn, but it's all good, it's all part of it. So let's begin, yogis. We are going to start on the top of our mats and just keep those feet hip width distance apart. We're going to take about 5 breaths just to settle into the body. Court and I have had a day, so we just need to take a few deep breaths. And as you inhale, maybe imagine lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, gently soften the body, draw the navel towards your center. And let's take 4 more like that. Nice, conscious, deep, even breaths. Let's take 2 more. And let's take 1 more. And now just bringing your hands to your heart center in prayer. You might even like to press your thumbs into your heart space. And we're just going to take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. So maybe that's a feeling state that you're wanting to call in. Beginning to notice, what do you need in this moment? What is the feeling you're wanting to attract today? And can we be that during our practice? So let's just take 1 more breath here. And gently flutter open the eyes, and on the next inhale we will sweep our hands up to the sky. Palms will touch, gaze follows, slight back bend, and as you exhale, swan dive those hands down to the mat. Allow that head to become heavy, maybe swaying the neck from side to side. And on your next inhale, let's take a halfway lift. Create that nice flat back. And as you exhale, fold. So let's just take 2 more like that. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping those palms firmly planted to the mat, you will step that left foot back and come to your low lunge. Now, option to drop that back knee to the earth if you wish, but gaze will come up towards the ceiling. Keep those palms planted down and we will step back into a high plank. So navel is drawing up towards the spine, shoulders are stacked over wrists. And let's just take 5 glorious breaths here, beginning to fire up the core. Let's take 2 more breaths. How you going, Court?
Going good. I like the distraction.
Last breath. And on the exhale, option to drop the knees to the earth or lower all the way down to the bellies like Court is opting to do. Inhale, push through to your baby cobra. Keep the first one nice and gentle. Hug those elbows in. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lift those knees gently. Stay for 1 more breath. And as you exhale, release the crown of the head down. Let's take 2 more like that. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe lifting a little higher this time, lifting that navel off the mat. And exhale to release that crown of the head down. 1 more breath. Inhale, baby cobra. Option to lift the nail, hug the elbows in. And exhale to release. Plant those palms firmly down, tuck the toes under, and option to push up onto the knees or use that core strength and come all the way up into your high plank. Stay for a full breath in, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. Starting to feel a little bit warmer, I know I am. And just take a few moments to readjust in your down dog. So if you need to bend through the knees, go ahead and do so. If you need to spread the fingertips wide, just make this a really nourishing downward facing dog. And we'll take 3 more breaths. And once you have taken your 3rd breath, just coming back to stillness. And on the next inhale, you will sweep your right leg up to the sky. Keep those toes dialing down towards the mat, pressing down into the palms of the hands, draw the navel towards the spine, maybe come up on the ball of that left foot, and then begin to bend through that right knee, drawing that right hip open and come through to your tiger curl. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, tiger curl. Let's take 1 more. Exhale to tiger curl. And then inhale, 3-legged dog. And release, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, sweep that left leg to the sky, dial those toes down, come up high on the ball of that right foot. And now as you exhale, draw that left knee towards the nose, tiger curl. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Let's take 2 more. Exhale, tiger curl. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Last one, exhale, tiger curl. Inhale to 3-legged dog and release, downward facing dog. Option to bend through the knees, big toes can touch, walk, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, take your halfway lift when you arrive. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, palms will touch. And exhale, swan dive down to the mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. This time, step that right foot back, low lunge. Option to drop that right knee to the earth, gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Plant the palms down, step back to your high plank. And let's just pause here for a moment, ready to fire up the core court. She's always ready. All right, we're going to draw the right knee to the right elbow. Pause. Inhale, come back to your high plank. Left knee to left elbow. Pause. High plank. Let's take 3 more on each side. Use that breath. Find stability within the core. Whew, starting to feel a little bit hotter, a little bit warmer. And I've lost count. Do we have 1 more on each side?
Oh, I haven't lost count, that's for sure.
I think we have 1 more on each side. Come back to your high plank. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, I feel that. Hula dule. I feel it, I feel it. So just allowing yourself to feel that slight increase of the heartbeat. Perhaps you're feeling the warmth moving through the body. The energy is starting to build. We like that. So let's just take 1 more breath here just to relish in that sensation. On your next inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, right knee to right elbow. You thought we were done. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow. 3-legged dog. Right knee to nose. And step forward. Inhale, rise on up to your crescent lunge. Now there's always options to modify. If you need to drop that back knee to the earth, go ahead and do so. Your practice, listen to your bodies always. If you want the spicier version, come up high onto your crescent lunge. Breathe in, feel the fingertips lengthen, and as you exhale, sink a little deeper. So we're going to take 2 more breaths in our crescent lunge. I know that right leg is starting to talk to us. How's yours feeling, Court? Courtney's been running, so this is a slight torture for her. Am I sorry? I'm not. Let's take 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, begin to hinge the body forward, draw those fingertips forward, and then sweep them long beside you for arrowhead. Have those thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling, scapula is drawing together. On your next inhale, sweep those arms forward and come back through to your crescent lunge. We'll take 2 more like that. Exhale, sweep those arms forward, then draw those arms behind you, arrowhead. Inhale, sweep those arms forward, crescent lunge. You're doing awesome, guys. 1 more. Exhale to arrowhead. And inhale, rise on up to crescent lunge. Let's just pause, sink a little bit deeper. For those that want a little bit more spice, begin to come up on the ball of that foot, that right foot, and just feel that burn. Can you feel it? Let's stay here for another 2 breaths. Last breath. And as you exhale, slowly lower that right foot down and open up into your warrior 2. So I can really feel that through my right leg. It's really talking to me. Gaze is out over that right palm, really trying to open up through the hips here. Find that sense of stability. And on your next breath in, you'll flip your front palm and draw it up towards the ceiling, reverse warrior. Exhale, float the hand back to warrior 2. Let's take 2 more like that. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one, inhale, reverse. And now as you exhale, you're going to draw that right elbow to that right knee, side angle pose. Now, option to take extended side angle, which Court will demo. She's drawing that right palm to the inner crevice of that right foot. That left hand will sweep overhead, the pinky finger dialing down towards the earth. So we're opening up through our shoulders. Gaze is coming up over that left shoulder. We're going to be here for 2 more breaths. Can we bring a smile to our face? Can we find ease in the pose? Don't you hate when yoga teachers say that? Just find ease in the pose. It's like it's burning. How can I find ease? 1 more breath. And on the next inhale, slowly rise back up to your warrior 2. We're getting sweet relief. Straighten that front leg and then draw those big toes inward, pigeon toeing those feet, and then draw the arms up towards each other. Palms will touch. We're taking a star-like shape. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, swan dive those hands down to the mat. Oh, sweet relief. Inhale, take your halfway lift, nice flat back. And as you exhale, begin to fold. Now, for those of you that want a little bit more, you can bring your palms around your ankles and just release through the back of the neck. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. You've deserved a little break. And close down the eyes, allowing that heat, that tapas to settle. Let's take 1 more breath. And bringing those hands to the hips. On your next inhale, you'll slowly rise back up to your wide-legged stance. And as you exhale, you'll bend through that left leg and come to warrior 2 at the back of the mat. Gaze is now out over that left palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, you will flow to the floor. Windmill the arms down. Frame that left foot. Option to take your Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping that left leg raised, or maybe skip it and come straight to downward facing dog. So listening to the bodies, how do you feel? What do you need? And we'll take one breath in downward facing dog. What do you need, Court?
Shavasana?
Well, we're not quite there yet, my friend.
Let's do it.
All right, on the next inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, draw that left knee to the left elbow. Pause. Inhale to three-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow. Pause. Inhale to three-legged dog. Left knee to nose. And step forward. And inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Again, always options to modify by dropping that right knee to the earth if you need to. Otherwise, if you want a little more spice, come up high onto that crescent lunge and let's stay here for 3 breaths. Reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. As you exhale, sink a little bit deeper through that left leg. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Breathe in. Now as you exhale, begin to hinge the body forward, draw those arms forward and then sweep them behind you, arrowhead. Have those thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling, navel is drawing towards the spine, left thigh is on fire. On the next in-breath, sweep those arms forward, crescent lunge. Beautiful, let's take 2 more like that. Exhale, sweep those arms behind you, arrowhead. Inhale, crescent lunge. Last one. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale to crescent lunge. Coming up high on the ball of the left foot if you've got it in you, and we'll stay here for 2 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one, inhale, and as you exhale, gently release that left heel down and open up into your warrior 2. Just wow, I can feel that. On the next inhale, flip and reverse your warrior. Left palm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, float that arm back to warrior 2. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, connect that movement to breath. Feel that arm glide through the air. Last one, breathe in. And as you exhale now, left elbow to left knee, or perhaps you might like to take the spicy variation, extended side angle. So just look at Court for the little bit extra heat. And gaze comes up underneath that right arm, having that right pinky finger dial down towards the earth. We're here for 2 more breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. On the next breath in, slowly rise back up to your warrior 2. Straighten that front leg. Whew. Feels good. Pigeon toe those feet inwards. Take your wide-legged stance. Bring the arms to touch overhead. And as you exhale, forward fold. Release. Plant those palms down. Inhale, take your halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Now, option here, you can hang out in your wide-legged stance, or you can begin to walk your hands over towards your right knee and take a Skandasana-like shape. Now, Court might like to bring her hands to heart center. It is completely up to you what you decide to choose. Let's take 1 more breath here. And let's walk those hands over to the left side. Court has awesome mobility. So let's just sink a little bit deeper if we can, really opening through that left hip. And now let's take it back to the right side. So if you can not use your hands, go ahead and do so. Really, really great for hip mobility. And then let's take it back to the left foot. And we'll take 1 more on either side. So when you're ready. Oh, feels good. After all those holding poses, huh?
Oh yeah.
And then gently walk the hands back to center. Take your halfway lift. And exhale to fold and just pause in your wide-legged stance for about 3 breaths. So again, allow the head to become heavy. If you do want a little bit more, maybe you clasp your hands at the base of the spine and just allow those hands to fall out in front of you, feeling that nice shoulder rotation. Again, it's completely up to you. We're here for one more breath. And on the next inhale, bring those hands to the hips and slowly rise all the way back up to your wide-legged stance and take warrior 2 at the front of the mat. Gaze is out over that right palm now. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, flow to the floor. Frame that right foot. Step back to high plank. Option to keep that right leg lifted as you make your way through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Or perhaps you skip it. And meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. Open up the mouth, exhale, release. Let's take 2 more like that, but this time's lion's breath. So we're going to stick out our tongue on our exhale. Breathe in. Open mouth. No one can see you. One more. Breathe in. Open up the mouth. Awesome. All right, we're ready to do this again. All right, inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky. We're going to add on a little bit. As you exhale, draw the right knee to the right elbow. Pause. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow. Pause. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Right knee to nose. And step forward. Inhale, rise on up to crescent lunge. Moving a little bit quicker this time. As we exhale, draw the hands forward, sweep the arms behind you, arrowhead. Inhale, bring those arms forward, crescent lunge. 2 more like that. Use the breath. How you feeling, Court?
Going good. Still here.
Thought you might have gone and left and made a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's coming.
And then pausing in your crescent lunge, lifting up onto the ball of that right foot, staying here for 1 full breath. Exhale, release that right heel down and open up into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. Last one. And this time, your choice, side angle or extended side angle. Breathe in, stay for the breath out. And as you inhale, slowly rise back up, warrior 2. Pigeon toe those feet inward. Bring your palms to touch overhead. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bring the hands to the hips, slowly rise all the way back up to your wide-legged stance. And let's take warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, flow to the floor. Again, option to keep that left leg lifted and move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Meeting in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Maybe that lion's breath comes back into play. Breathe in, open up the mouth, exhale, release. 2 more like that. Inhale, exhale. Last one. On the next breath in, sweep that left leg up to the sky. Left knee to left elbow, pause. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow, pause. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Left knee to nose. Step forward. Inhale, rise on up to crescent lunge. Oh my God, all I can think about is the coffee at the end of this. As you exhale, draw those hands forward and come to arrowhead. Inhale, rise on back up to crescent lunge. 2 more like this. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then coming up on the ball of that left foot, pause for 1 breath. Exhale to lower that heel down and open up into your warrior 2. Gaze comes out over that left palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one. Inhale, reverse. And as you exhale, side angle pose, left elbow to left knee, or perhaps extended side angle. Right arm sweeps up overhead. Breathe in. Stay for the breath out. And as you inhale, slowly rise back up, warrior 2. Whoo! Straighten that front leg, pigeon toe those feet in. Sweep those arms to the sky, palms will touch. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take your halfway lift. And exhale to fold. And just pausing here for 2 breaths. One more breath. And then maybe walking those hands over towards that right foot, bending through that right leg and taking that Skandasana-like shape. Only an option, if you wish to take a bind here, you are more than welcome. So how that will look is you'll draw that right arm underneath that right thigh, and perhaps that left arm sweeps up overhead and catches that right palm. And gaze will come up over that left shoulder. Again, it's only an invitation. Let's stay here for 1 more breath. And slowly unravel. And then begin to make your way over to the left-hand side. So setting up in your Skandasana to begin with. And then perhaps taking your bind. So bringing that left arm underneath that left leg, drawing that right hand up and over. Maybe catching the fingertips, and gaze comes up over that right shoulder. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. Last breath. Slowly unravel. Walk your hands back to center. Take your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Ooh. Let's just take 2 more breaths here. So we should be feeling really open through the hips. Perhaps released a little bit of tension that we might be holding on to, either on a conscious or subconscious level. Bring those hands to the hips. On the in-breath, slowly rise on up to your wide-legged stance. Come to warrior 2 at the front of the mat, bending through that right leg. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And exhale, flow to the floor. Take your variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana. Always option to skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in together. Exhale, release. And drop the knees to the earth. I'm opting to take a closed knee child's pose, but if you would like to take a wide-legged child's pose, go ahead and do so. We'll release the crown of the head down to the mat. Arms come long beside the legs. Palms can face up. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. Just allow all that juicy energy settle. And perhaps just acknowledging any sensations, emotions that are coming up for you. It's all good. Let's just take one more breath here. And on your next inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Let's just take one breath in your Vajrasana, your hero's pose. And then we will come to sit down onto our sit bones. So you can sweep those legs out in front of you. And just making sure that those sit bones are nice and grounded. We are going to make our way into a seated forward fold. So as you inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, begin to forward fold, creating that nice flat back and catching perhaps the feet, or maybe resting the palms onto the shins. Maybe even doing what Court is doing and grabbing a block if you have one handy. And just placing that onto the soles of the feet. And if you can, release the neck and head. Maybe even taking a halfway lift if that feels serving. I always like to take a halfway lift. I just find I get a little bit more juice when I fold. And we will pause here for 3 breaths. Last breath. On the inhale, gently release the block if you do have that handy, and draw those arms back up towards the sky. And as you exhale, release the palms down beside the hips, Dandasana. And perhaps slowly shifting so you can come to lie all the way down onto the mats. I would make you do Navasana, but I'm not feeling that mean today, and I'm sure Courtney will make you do about 10,000. So just come to lie on the backs and just pause here for a moment. How good does that feel just to lie on your back? Sweet relief. And then maybe hugging the knees into the chest. We are almost there, guys. And we're just going to take a little supine twist just to rinse out any tension that we're holding on to through the lower back. So keep that right knee hugged in close to the body as you extend the left leg long. And then draw that right knee out over towards the left. Keep those shoulders grounded to the earth. The gaze comes out over that right hand. So again, just checking in with the body, the mind. Giving yourself permission to just let go, to just surrender a little bit more with each breath. And let's take one more breath here. And slowly come back to center on your next inhale. And maybe hug those knees back into the chest. And then take it over to the opposite side. So extend that right leg long. And draw that left leg out over towards the right. Gaze is out over the left palm. Got your little toes, Courtney. Touch a neighbour if you've got a neighbour. Pat your pet if you've got a pet. And let's just stay here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Slowly come back to center. Hug the knees back into the chest. Maybe cross over at the ankles. Maybe take a few little hip circles in one direction. And then maybe taking it in the opposite direction. And I will give you the option to either come straight to Shavasana, or if you would like to take waterfall, you can grab a block. And if you do have a wall handy, you could also use a wall. And what you'll do is, you do have a block, you'll just place it underneath your tailbone and then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And you can do this on a wall as well. And if you would like to stay in this position for Shavasana, you are welcome to do so. But we're going to hang out here for about 1 minute. And then I will give you the option to lower the legs down and come into your Shavasana. And so again, you can have the hands out wide. For me today, I'm actually going to place my hands on my lower belly, just bringing the connection back to myself, my breath, my state of mind, and just sending a little loving message to myself that everything is okay. I am okay. Okay, perhaps noticing just those little sensations of energy running down the legs. Noticing how that feels in the body. And just taking 5 more glorious breaths here. And once you have taken your 5th breath, you can begin to lower those knees down to the earth and make your way into Shavasana. If you would like to keep your legs extended for Shavasana, go ahead and do so. The choice is completely up to you and what you need. But make sure that you are nice and cozy. And just noticing, can you surrender, melt, allow the whole body to soften onto the earth. And we will take 5 more breaths. And once you have taken your 5th breath, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. If you have chosen to stay in shoulder stand, begin to bend through the knees and gently bring the heels of the feet down to the mat. Maybe removing that block to the side. And let's hug those knees in. Give ourselves a big hug. And then perhaps roll on over to your favorite side. Pausing here for the last few moments of practice. Giving yourself permission to receive. And slowly making your way up to a seated position. Just taking a moment to check in. How are you feeling? And coming back to the quality of the breath, the mind, the body. Maybe bringing the awareness back to the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. Visualizing that in your mind's eye. Holding it there. And we'll stay for another 5 breaths. And once you have taken your 5th breath, Bring your hands to your heart center. We bow our head forward. We say Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Court. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you liked the practice, and we'll see you on the mat very soon.
Happy time.